This is our combined review for the first 3 movies of the Kung Fu Panda movie franchise. The first movie came out back in 2008 and the sequels came out in 2011 and 2016. They're animated martial arts comedy films from DreamWorks Animation and stars Po, voiced by Jack Black.
Kung Fu Panda is a 2008 animated martial arts comedy film that features a giant panda named Po who loves and wants to learn Kung Fu but is stuck working in a noodle shop. Po's journey is almost like a rags to riches story, except seemingly accidental in nature as he inadvertently finds himself chosen as the dragon warrior destined to defeat Tai Lung, the main antagonist. That being said, the film emphasizes that there are no accidents, and it definitely isn't an accident how well written this plot is. The story is paced well and hits many emotional beats that make us want to root for Po. The comedy is not overbearing and enhances the movie's tone by adding levity after dramatic moments. The martial arts fight scenes were fun to watch, and the voice acting by the ensemble cast, particularly Jack Black who plays Po and Dustin Hoffman who plays Master Shifu, was very engaging. Kung Fu Panda 2 is a 2011 animated martial arts comedy film that is a direct sequel to the first Kung Fu Panda. In this film, Po and the Furious Five go to Gunman City to prevent Lord Shen, the main antagonist, from conquering China and eliminating Kung Fu with a new weapon he creates. Compared to the first film, Kung Fu Panda 2's pacing in the beginning feels more rigid, but it goes into much more depth about Po's tragic past and his relationship with his adopted father, which is heartwarming to see. The action scenes where we see how Po and the Furious Five work together are beautifully shot and animated. The humor and voice acting are once again top-notch, especially the performance of Gary Oldman as Lord Shen. Speaking of Lord Shen, although he is not as intimidating as the previous antagonist Tai Lung, he is still a great adversary to Po in his quest for inner peace.
Kung Fu Panda 3 is the third addition to the franchise, and we once again follow Po as he rediscovers his roots as a panda in a hidden village and must deal with a threat in the form of General Kai, played by J.K. Simmons. It's still a fun sequel with great performances by the voice actors, but it doesn't hold up to the first 2 movies. While Kai was an interesting villain for his connection to Oogway, he didn't seem as threatening because his comedic moments undermined him. The story itself was interesting, but there were a lot of characters introduced who were a bit overbearing. Some themes seemed a bit repetitive and similar to the second movie, and Po's initial conflict of having to teach seemed a little too contrived. But the third act of the film was touching and enjoyable and was great to wrap up a question of why Po is a dragon warrior. The action scenes were nice, but not as enjoyable, focusing more on the use of chi. These movies bring to the forefront Asian culture, specifically Chinese culture, to a Western and global audience. Its focus on Kung Fu provides an engaging experience, especially paired with its fluid animation. Each movie provides a heartwarming message for Po to learn about himself and the people he cares about. The first 2 movies have great antagonists that oppose Po and provide for interesting stories. While the third movie may not live up to its predecessors, it is still a fun experience. Overall, we recommend watching this trilogy.